Right, what's happening everyone? After a couple of months, I've finally got my PSA submission return back. I created the video a couple of months ago, it was actually the first on the channel, talking about what cards I was submitting and why, so if you want to check that out, go take a look. So yeah, we've got the cards back today. The box is open because somebody did send them off for me and they've had the return, they've taken their cards out of the box and then they've given these to me. I know they've checked what grades I've got, but I haven't actually looked yet, so the reaction will be genuine. And I'm hoping that we can get at least a couple of 10s. I think I was maybe expecting a couple of 10s, maybe some 9s. So yeah, let's see how we've done. Right, so I guess we just go for it. So here it is, the box. You see a PSA logo on the top. The cards are face down, which is good. We've got a little business card there for art grading. These are the guys who, you know, was the middleman for us, so shout out to them. So first card, I'm going to take the full stack out. I'll get you a few. Put them over there, sling the box. It was like a 1x1. I said I was expecting some 10s, just I've noticed in the intro there, but I'm not expecting any 10s. I think there's a chance of a couple of 10s. That's probably a better phrase. But yeah, I'll reveal the card and then the grade after. So first card is the Celebi EX from Pop Series 2. I picked this up for, I think I paid about 20 quid for it, and I'm not expecting a mad grade. I just think it's a cool card, so I kind of wanted it grading. And it gets a 7, you know what? I'm happy with that. I was maybe expecting a 5 or a 6. I will take a PSA 7. I'll take that all day. Like I say, I'm not expecting, some of these cards, I'm just kind of looking for an half-decent grade, or I wanted them slabbing up. I'm not looking for 10s in everything. I didn't submit everything expecting 10s. Next card is the Rhyperia Level X. It's a Black Star promo from the Down and Pearl era. This is just a card that I got out of a tin when I was a kid. I remember opening it around Christmas time when I was a kid. So I wanted it slabbing up rather than just sat in a binder. I think there's a Regigigas in here as well, somewhere. I'm expecting something fairly low. Yeah, a 6. Again, that's probably around about what I was expecting. 5, 6-ish. And it's just a card that I wanted slabbing up for personal preference, really, more than anything. Stack it on top of the Celebi. Right, next card is the Regigigas, as I just mentioned. Same situation as the Rhyperia. I'm expecting maybe a 5 or a 6, and you know, it's just from a tin, a Black Star promo when I was a kid. This tin now actually got, I was at a card show the other week and I saw this Regigigas tin. And I'm pretty sure it was around £800. And obviously I'll have paid about, or my mum will have paid about 12 quid for it back in the day. But that gets a 6. Same as a Rhyperia. Again, looks like I looked after them both the same when I was younger. To be fair, considering how long I've had them and what I used to do with them, then it's not too bad really. Again, it's just nice to have it in a slab. Right, I have a feeling we're going to move it on to some bigger boys now. Latios EX. So this is a big card and it does sell for really, really nice value in a PSA 10. However, I know it's not going to be getting a 10 because of the condition it's in. You can see some whitening around the edges, etc. I'd be really happy with 7+. I'd be buzzing with, to be honest. But I'm more expecting a 5 or a 6. And it is a 6, so we'll take it. At least it's a 6. It's not a 5. You know, I'd have been buzzing with 7+, but a 6 is good enough for me. It's literally just from a binder from when I was a kid. Wasn't sleeved up or anything, literally just chucked in a binder. So we can't grumble too much at a 6, and the card is absolutely class, to be fair. Looks the bollocks. Next up. Right, so this is, I pulled this myself from an Evolving Skies ETB when Evolving Skies first released back in 2021, which is mental. Literally seems like a few months ago. As we know, Evolving Skies is absolutely spruced in price in the last couple of years. You know, they're looking at around about £350 for a booster box now. This card, raw value, is around about 50 quid, and I said there was a chance of a 10 on this. So let's see. Yeah, it's dead in. I'm absolutely buzzing with that, you know. So that, I'm genuinely buzzing with that. So that is the first PSA 10 card return I've ever had, because this is my first return. And it's the first card I said that might actually get a 10. So I think that puts the value of this up to around about 100 quid, you know, which is pretty cool. But I'm not after selling it, to be fair, because I pulled it myself. It's going back at a 10. I'm not very good at selling stuff. I'm good at just hoarding stuff. Moving on to the next one is the, right, the Pika with the grey felt hat from the Van Gogh Museum promo. I'm definitely not expecting a 10 in this. From what I remember, there was slight whitening on the back in one of the corners. I'd be really happy with just a 9, to be fair. But I'm going to predict an 8. And it is a 9. Do you know what? I'm happy with that. I'm more than happy. I knew it wasn't going to get a 10. I'm more than happy with a 9. In fact, I thought there was a potential it could have been like an 8. Yeah, so you know what? Definitely happy with that in a PSA 9. Okay, 3 to go. Right, Phoebe from Battle Styles. I picked this up I seen it in a binder at a card show, and it only cost me about 12 quid. And it looked like it was in good condition. I thought it was a pretty cool card. And you know what? I quite like Battle Styles, but I don't rip much of it open, so I'm not expecting to pull it. So on the off chance, I took a good look. I bought it, I thought I'll grade it. I personally thought it looked like at least a 9 to my naked eye. But yeah, let's see. No way, that is absolutely mad. So I literally picked that up from a binder, just in a sleeve, in a binder at a card. I swear I paid about 13 quid for it or something. And I thought it looked like it was in good nick. And you know what? I must have a good eye, because it's come back in a 10. I'm not actually sure what the value is on that. I'm not actually sure, but I will look it up and I'll put it on the video. I'm gonna assume it's like 60 quid. 50, 60 quid. That's a belter, that, though. I'm absolutely buzzing. So that's 2 10s. The 2 that I thought might be 10s, or had a half chance at least, have come back as a 10. 2 to go then, and I know what's left, yeah. The Raikou Gold Star, which is another pull from when I was younger. I would not sell this card for... Oh, refocus. I would not sell this card for any amount of value, because it is Raikou is my favourite Pokemon. Due to owning this card, I pulled it when I was younger. I can remember pulling it. I was buzzing. Obviously, it's a very rare card from Unseen Forces, which is also one of my favourite sets. I'm not expecting anything great. Like, look at the whitening on the edges. I predicted a 3 or a 4. So I honestly, I ain't bothered. I just wanted it in a slab. At any 5+, I'd be really happy. And it is a 4, yeah, 3 or a 4. That's absolutely fine. I think it's graded fairly. You can see the whitening all around the edges. I think there's a pretty, there's a few surface scratches on the card. But again, just to on the card and have it slabbed up, I'm pretty buzzing with. So I know what the last card is. I'm pretty set. Well, I hope it should be a Celebration Zard. So this is the last card that I said I could potentially get a 10 in. So there was the Leafeon, there was the Phoebe, and this one. I pulled this myself from Celebrations. Immensely lucky. I literally opened like 10 packs of Celebrations, and I pulled this in my second pack. The same with 151, to be fair. I've opened like 10 packs of that, and I pulled the Alt Zard in my second pack of that as well. But I didn't submit it for grading because it did have a couple of dings in the bottom corners. But yeah, if this gets a 10, it'll definitely be a massively successful submission. If it's a 9, I'm happy anyways. And it gets a 10, and I'm genuinely proper buzzing with that, I can't believe that. The Leafeon and the Phoebe's picked up a 10. No wonder Ryan I've had these since yesterday, and I've not looked at them yet because I was waiting to record it, and no wonder he's been nagging me asking if I've opened them, because it's an absolutely banging return. Phoebe, PSA 10. Leafeon, PSA 10. And a Zard in a 10. That is an absolutely belter submission. The rest of the cards, I just wanted grading for the sake of having them in slabs, really. Apart from the Pika, but again, I wasn't expecting a 10 on that, really. I'm buzzing with a 9. Celebi 7, Raikou 4, etc, etc. Yeah, that's a very, very successful submission, in my opinion. To grab them 3 10s is pretty sick. They'll be going on display nicely. So, yeah. Happy days, happy days, I'll definitely be doing another submission for these guys soon at grading. It was a pretty quick return, to be fair. What's that, a couple of months? That's pretty good considering. But yeah, good stuff.